His opponent across the ring fighting out of the blue corner. He wears green with black. He scaled 12 stone, 12 pounds, 3 ounces. Tonight, he makes his much anticipated professional debut fighting out of Manchester, England. Please welcome the Moss Side Mauler, Conner Tudsbury.
Fellas, you both know the rules. Keep it clean. Nothing low. Watch your heads. And when I say break, take a step back. Most importantly, defend yourself at all times. Best of luck, lads.
Well, here we go. The journey begins for Conner Tudsbury. Professional debut here in Manchester.
Bravo.
I would suggest don't blink here. He said he's going to start fast. Caetano, his game. Chin quite high, Barry. Could do with tucking that down against a very, very big punch in. Tudsbury, who gets straight down to work, landing left hooks, right hands over the top. Blistering start, Pat.
Yeah, he's very explosive, Conner. Like you said before, if you blink, you'll miss it. So keep your eyes peeled.
Solid, doesn't he, Barry? That's another shot. A big chopping overhand right. Not wasting any time here.
Yeah, don't waste any energy. When you get tied up, just relax a little bit. Don't get too tensed up here. But oh goodness, a lovely jab there from Tudsbury.
Full jab and a big right hook round the side of that left hand of Caetano. Looking very spiteful, very hurtful. He's got to get that chin down, Caetano.
See, Caetano tucks up well, but when he throws his punches, then his chin lifts up. And that's where Tudsbury's just got to sit down, throw that right hand over the top, encourage him to throw the jab. That's a nice little feint, that'll work.
Needs to keep throwing that jab because he keeps getting through, and then that right hook over the top.
Oh, short left hook again from Tudsbury.
I'll just remind you as well, he's got a devastating left hook as well, so keep an eye out for that when it gets thrown.
Yeah, very explosive, the way he just ignites and lets the shots go. Very impressive, just missing with the overhand right there.
I think that's the shot for him, I do, that right hand. Just dip the legs there, just see Caetano there when he throws that left hand, it comes back a little bit low, or a little bit tentative to let it go.
Cannot miss at the minute. Tudsbury just rolling under the right hand of Caetano, landing a lovely jab.
Oh, again, solid left hand there from Tudsbury.
Credit to the Belgian, he's taking some big shots here. He's still there, he walks onto another right hand from Tudsbury.
Well, I don't think Tudsbury's really committing to that right hand. He's still the hook he is. When he throws it straight, he's not really turning his body into the shot. It's more just letting the arm go. And that's what just sitting down a little bit will just make you push off that back leg, get a bit more purchase on the punch.
That's a nice right to the body, Caetano. But he's under pressure here. Good front foot pressure. Manages to escape from the red corner. Caetano just falling over that front foot. He needs to be careful doing that against Tudsbury. We've already seen, throws a lovely uppercut.
Just take a little bit of a breather here, Tudsbury. Just slow down a bit. I just think that nervous energy at the start of the round, when he came out all guns blazing, sometimes just tires you out a little bit.
Oh, lovely right hook to the body, and there's that left hook you was talking about, Pat. Good opening round from Conner Tudsbury.
Nice and relaxed. Okay. Good. Settle down now. Nice and relaxed. See how you slowly halfway through there. Slow that jab with him. Touch it, and then give it that stick. Start just breaking down a little bit. You can drop that right hand down the side all the time, but he knows he's coming. Anticipating it. Yeah? He sticks it down here. Relax. Keep taking the big lead. Very good. Very good. Give him no shit. Chips away. That first round comes all the way. Start again. That nice stiff jab. When it comes in, I'm going to sit it back. Them feet out. Start again.
Blistering start from Tudsbury then, and some big heavy shots. Putting Caetano under plenty of pressure there.
Yeah, really, really good opening round from Conner Tudsbury. We just heard Jamie Moore in the corner there. Like, you can settle down now. Get back to work. Get behind the jab.
Yeah, when Conner settles down and doesn't look for it, it'll come anyway.
You're going to be there soon. It's going to be your debut, Pat, I'm sure. You're going to be drawn in by the bright lights and the crowd.
Definitely, yeah. You just can't get sucked in too much. You got to keep your head on it. But good job there from Conner.
Yeah, been sparring with Callum Smith, Bradley Reyes. I'm sure you know Pat, and sparring with that calibre of opponent.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's getting the rounds under his belt and that, and he's flying in the gym. So yeah, he's had great preparation for this fight.
Yeah, Dave Allen as well. Been really impressed. Telling me he's very strong, he's explosive, and very, very excited. That left hook, as you pointed out, Pat, he took it well, Caetano. Credit to the Belgian, but he needs to be careful. He needs to get that chin down.
Just made him pause, though, didn't it, for a second. He really felt that left hook. This where Tudsbury, you just got to try a little bit of space here. Just pick his shots.
He's an accident waiting to happen here, Caetano. That chin way too high, as you said, when he lets the shots go, Barry. And with that left hand, that left hook, very accurate. You pointed it out, Pat. The uppercut as well as he falls over that front foot. This is good work, starting to turn the screw, Tudsbury.
Yeah, he needs to turn it on now. You know, twist that knife inside and really turn up the heat. But I'll tell you what, his opponent is tough.
He has been stopped 3 times, Caetano. But whoever they were, must have lead in their fizz. Oh, big right hand!
He's gone.
From Tudsbury, the legs are all over the place. The right uppercut lands. And I'm pretty sure that will be all she wrote.
7.
The legs are still unsteady from Caetano. The referee, rightly so, waves it off. Incredible debut for Conner Tudsbury. Explosive punching, physical presence. Take a bow, Tudsbury.
Even though you can clearly see, as Pat was saying, that left hook, which might be the money shot for him, and it will be in his career. I just felt in that fight, the way that Caetano was, that left hand low, the right hand was going to be the shot. But he relaxed, as you said, you mentioned, Pat, about he just be a little bit relaxed. And he relaxed with that right hand, and he threw right through the target. You talk about technique and turning your body into the shots, and he wasn't doing that in the first round, but in that round then, certainly for that last right hand, he really just, he didn't tense up, he pushed up the back leg, turned his body into the shot, and it was a fluent right hand, and everything went wrong there for Caetano.
Definitely, Barry. I agree with everything you said there. And that right hand there, as you can see, it really went down the pipe. And his opponent was, even though he was saying he can carry on, no chance. It was just a matter of time before this was going to happen.
It was as if we see the real Tudsbury in that second round. As you pointed out, Barry, it's your debut, you get excited, you get carried away. But that was blistering. That was very impressive.
I got to be honest, though, like Pat mentioned, the left hook before the right hand, I think really caused the trouble. It just, he stood up then after that left hook, and that right hand was allowed to have a free shot, and that's a really good debut there for Conner Tudsbury.
Very, very impressive. You see Jamie Moore and the victor there. Let's hand over to David Diamante. Hopefully we'll get a word from Jamie Ward straight after.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Darren Sargentson calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 2 minutes and 1 second of round number 2. Declaring your winner by TKO. He's now undefeated as a professional. The Moss Side Mauler, Conner Tudsbury.
Yeah, Conner Tudsbury off to a winning start in his pro career. And what a way to do it. We seem to be saying that a lot on Before the Bell. Some very, very good debut performances. And that certainly was one. Hurtful punching display from Conner Tudsbury. We'll be desperate to put on another performance like that very soon. There's the team. What team? Dave Allen, Eddie Hearn, Sam Jones, Nigel Travis, Jamie Moore. What team he's got, what talent he's got. And he is with our reporter, Jamie Ward. So let's get a word from the victor.
Conner Tudsbury, Congratulations, you only get one professional debut. That wasn't bad. How did you find it?
Thought it was all right. First one, nerves going in, got it out of the way. Start energy was there. Really enjoyed it. Thank you to everyone who came out. Thank you to Moss Side Fire Station Boxing Club. Thank you to everyone in Manchester. Hope to put it again, 28th of March.
You mentioned nerves. How did you control the nerves on the ramp there?
Yeah, it was unreal. I'd never experienced it before in the amateur game, even on that high level. But yeah, it was great. It was amazing.
Spiteful, powerful. You talked about the power all week. Just talk us through the finish and how the fight unfolded and ultimately ended.
So it started a bit quick. Obviously, towards the nerves and stuff. And then towards the last bit, slowed it down, got my rhythm right, found the shots, was placing my shots nicely, and then ended up going, opponent went down.
What makes you think, Conor, you belong on the biggest of stages? Of course, you had to wait a while to make your professional debut, signed with Eddie last October, but what makes you think you're ready?
That's just a taste of what I've got, yeah. There's plenty more to come, and I'm going to climb my way all the way to the top. Just watch, find out, stay tuned.
Well, let's bring in promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie, as I say, you only get one professional debut. What did you make of that?
Fantastic. I mean, we know everybody's talked, Sam, Jamie, everyone knows about the power that exists. You could see he came in, was very, over anxious, ready, excited to just go in and do damage. That's what he does. And I was just saying to him, just let it flow, because he's got brute strength, but he's also got natural power. And he's going to be very exciting. This is a fantastic division. And as I always say, I think globally we've got the best young roster of talent. And the great news for them is they're going to stay nice and active. That's the key. March 28th, Altrincham with Pat Brown, William Croller. It's a great little night for next gen there. I want to box him 6-7 times a year. With that amateur experience, he's going to be moving at a decent pace. Early days, but, brutal, brutal power. And that's what people want to see. People want to see people knock them spark out. And he's going to be knocking people spark out in the 175-pound division. And he's going to be moving at a decent pace, as I said before, English, British Championship. I only want world champions. If Conner Tudsbury can't win a world championship, we all fail. That's for the future. Now we've got to do things right, keep him active, win domestic titles, but most importantly, one thing I will say as well, and I always say it, the job that he's done in the community for local amateur boxing clubs, I know he's a bit shy, Nigel Travis, but Moss Side Fire Station Amateur Boxing Club, the job that they do down there for kids in the community, and this is a product of that. Pat as well, all these guys. And walking into an amateur boxing club, it's not just about becoming a world champion. It's about changing your mindset for life. What these boys have done is they've done that, they've become great human beings, but they've got the ability to go on and win world championships. Great gym at the moment. Conor and Pat will share a card on March 28th. Watch out for them. Light heavyweight destroyer, cruiserweight destroyer. We've got a fantastic crop. Remember the name, Conner Tudsbury. He's going to go all the way, I believe.
How exciting is this for the city of Manchester, which has always been a brilliant fighting
but
city?
Manchester's always been a breeding ground for incredible talent, but we haven't probably over the last couple of years seen world-class talent coming out of Manchester. And we're going to make sure that Jamie Moore comes in, because we know he's a bit shy, do you know what I mean? But like I said, Jamie and Nigel, they've got some brilliant young fighters coming through, and we know that Pat and Conor were part of the GB setup. These guys have got world-class potential.
Jamie, in terms of what you wanted to see on the debut, how did that compare?
Yeah, obviously, first round was always a little bit nervy. You want to get that out of the way. And then once he did, he settled down, relaxed. And I said, give yourself a bit of space and time and you'll catch this kid. And I think it's evident for everyone. He's just such a huge puncher. I've just been saying, he's like a massive, big, strong power tool. He's just got to learn how to control it. And once he does that and learns how to go through the gears, he's going to be a beast.
Quick one from you, Sam. We know you have a huge amount of self-belief in all the fighters you work with. Talk about the belief in Conner Tudsbury.
Yeah, it's really good to see his personality come out as well, because, listen, he's a bit in his own shell, but now you've seen this week as well, he's been getting more excited as the week's gone by, and I told Eddie he's going to flatten this fella, and he did, and you're going to see it more to come. That's what people pay money for. They pay money to see people get flattened, and that's what he's going to bring every single fight. He's looking to seek and destroy. When he slowed it down, ferocious power. He's going to knock people spark out.
Conor, we'll leave the final word to you. Job done on the professional debut. Is there a message you want to leave for everyone here who came out tonight?
Just want to say again, thank you to Moss Side. Thank you to everyone who come out to support me. Thank you to everyone.
Conner Tudsbury, off and running as a professional. Congratulations to you, my friend, and well done.